Here in Scotland, you could just roam freely. And most importantly, there's nothing trying to eat you alive. I've been fortunate to have discovered the magic of the outdoors. And I feel it's a privilege for me to share that. That led me to launch a community called Black Scottish Adventurers. And the connection that is built in nature is much stronger. The bond is much stronger than the one you do over a coffee table. So I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. It's a concrete slab. But one thing that I had growing up was community. So community has always been a big part of my life. Everyone on the street, we all know each other. It's about the place, it's about the moment, it's about the people you're with, it's about the memories you're making as well. I always get to the top of the mountain, but, and even when I take photos, the best photos I take are the ones that I take when I'm going up the mountain.
Welcome to Connect to Nature. I'm Amy Chapman and I'm a gardener and I love getting my hands in the soil, but I'm not the biggest fan of slugs.
Fantastic. I'm Katrina Ridley. I'm a presenter and a broadcaster. I love cold water, but I don't love having to shower afterwards and putting all your clothes back on. It's all just a bit long, isn't it?
Yeah, and just getting outside and being cold and a little bit damp.
I like the cold, wet bit. I don't like the cold, wet outside bit after that.
It's completely different. It's a different feeling.
But on the note of slugs, isn't that why you got ducks?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Well, that was sort of the initial reason, but ducks are just great. They're such a good pet to have around.
Yeah.
So much fun to just watch them like waddling around the garden.
If you're going to have a choice of ducks or no ducks, I'd like to always take ducks.
Always? Why would you not? Yeah, just take the ducks.
Today, we're talking to Joshua Adeyemi, aka Tales by Josh, and his videos are awesome on social media. He's all about connecting to the wild. He runs Black Scottish Adventurers, and I really enjoy meeting people who, primarily do social media and make these incredible things, but then hearing the substance behind those videos.
Yeah, and he does seem like a proper adventurer. He really makes me want to get outdoors and go on some hikes.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to hear how he ended up doing that.
Big time adventurer.
Yeah. So he's recorded an intro for us all the way from Scotland.
All the way from Scotland, we can hear from Josh.
My name is Joshua Adeyemi. I am an avid adventurer, a content creator, and a friend of the environment based in Edinburgh, Scotland. I moved here over a decade ago and I was lucky enough to have discovered the access rights that we have here in Scotland. So if you don't find me around here in Edinburgh adventuring, you'll find me further afield in the Highlands exploring, either hiking up mountains, enjoying wild swim, cycling or running. Nature has been my happy place and is still my happy place. And over the years, there's something very important that I've learned, and it is that adventuring does not have to be something big. It can be enjoyed just locally by everyone as well.
We thought we'd start with a little icebreaker. So we're going to do some quick fire questions and it's like picking one or the other, this or that. Are you ready for your first challenge?
Take a deep breath. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Land or sea?
Land.
Mud or sand?
Mud.
Barefoot walking or flippers?
Barefoot.
Would you rather forget your tent or forget everything else?
Forget my tent.
Snowstorm in Speedos or sandstorm in a puffer jacket?
Snowstorm in Speedos.
Exist as a cactus or as a pebble?
I'll be a cactus.
I'd be very surprised if someone at the end picks pebble.
Yeah.
It's not much going for it.
No.
I mean, you were saying it would be quite peaceful, but I think it would be pretty boring.
Yeah, not much would happen. I'm also intrigued by, you would rather forget your tent than everything else. How are you? Talk to me about how you're sleeping.
Well, if I have a decent sleeping bag, I can tuck away somewhere.
I didn't even think about that.
I'll be all right. I'll probably be warmer than maybe some other folks in their bed anyway. So yeah, a good sleeping bag would do the trick.
Last weekend, I went for a little frolic in my local woodland.
She does give very fairy vibes, to be fair.
Thank you. I was also picking mushrooms, the kind that you can use as fire starters.
Very cool. And at your favourite woodland trust spot as well.
How did you know?
The Mycelium Network obviously told me.
Well, I think the work the Woodland Trust does to create vital woodland habitats is so important, and not just for wildlife, for all of us humans too, because being around trees can boost your mental and physical health by reducing anxiety and stress and giving us clean air to breathe.
Yeah, also they're home to so many essential bugs, rare species as well, like red squirrels, pine martens, and hazel dormice.
Exactly. That's why I love connecting to nature as a member of the Woodland Trust.
That's a good thing. That's exactly what the podcast is all about.
Amazing.
So let's connect to nature together by joining the Woodland Trust from just £4 a month.
And discover how being a member of the UK's largest woodland conservation charity benefits ourselves and the nature around us.
For someone who hasn't heard about you and your work, can you give us a bit of an overview about that?
My name is Joshua Adeyemi. I live in Scotland now, but I was born in Nigeria. I moved to Edinburgh about just over 15 years ago, and it's been home ever since. One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. I do a bit of exploring in Scotland and around the world, and I've been fortunate to have discovered the magic of the outdoors. And I feel it's a privilege for me to share that and introduce other people and take other people along as well. So that led me to launch a community called Black Scottish Adventurers. And the idea is just to connect folks that you generally won't see in nature, to introduce them to nature and to help them understand the benefits for their physical and mental well-being. And beyond that, to also make them aware of the environmental crisis that we're in just now, just to educate them in whatever way we can. And I also use the opportunity of our initiative that I set up, the carpooling initiative, to reduce loneliness within the community as well. So wherever you're from, once you come to BSA, you probably meet someone from your city, and then you can go away and then do your local walks together. So, yeah.
That's so nice. I'm definitely going to ask you more questions about that later. But first, I'd kind of like to get into how you became interested in nature, and if that was something that had piqued your interest in younger life as a child, or did it find you later on?
So I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. It's a concrete slab. But one thing that I had growing up was community. So community has always been a big part of my life. Everyone on the street, we all know each other. You know, you play outside, but not necessarily in nature as you know it, but you were outside. And my father, my parents, they were not born in Lagos. They were born in a city just outside, or even a village outside Lagos. And I remember when I was young, we used to go there to go visit my grandmother. And whenever I'm there, I always feel this sense of freedom and happiness. But at the time, because this place is the village, as you can think, so it's like lush, it's beautiful, and it's very calm and all that stuff. And we would climb trees as young kids. You know, it's just the young people, and we spend all day outside. Although, even though there were things that could potentially eat us in this show, but
like what?
You don't want to know.
Oh, okay.
But then I used to feel, oh yeah, I'm happy, all is good. But then I used to just think, I'm a young person, I'm on holiday, it's fine, that's why I'm feeling this way. But it wasn't until I moved to Scotland, Edinburgh, to be precise, and I started exploring the outdoors, that I felt, oh, there's a connection there. So I'm always feeling this way when I'm in nature, not just because I'm free, I'm on holiday. And I was lucky enough when I moved to Scotland to discover the Land Reform Act, which is what grants us access to be able to explore nature responsibly in Scotland. And I took full advantage of it. I was like, you know, if I can go out and just adventure and do stuff, I'll do that. Because I was quite active as a young person. Oh, I am a young person.
Yeah, he's youthful.
I am quite active, and started exploring the outdoors, taking some of my friends with me. And then I realized that, oh yeah, this is benefiting me physically, mentally, and all that good stuff. And most importantly, how I relate with the people around me. Because I was a hardhead when I was younger. But then I felt like I was much calmer. Like whatever the situation is, like, it's all right. Everything will be fine. But again, I didn't see people that look like me in that space. So I felt, what can I do? So I launched a community called Black Scottish Adventurers. And the aim was to connect underrepresented individuals with nature. So in doing that, we've grown now to about 4,000 members. It was launched just back in 2023.
That is wild how quickly that's
Wow.
grown.
Yeah. I mean, we're really lucky. Sorry, 2023 or 2022, I'm losing track. 2022, I'm losing track. But yeah, it's great to see how that has grown. And a lot of people can see now that there's a space for people like myself in nature as well. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey.
I love how you say it so casually, like, oh, I just moved to Scotland and then I just set up this thing and now it's so big. Like, were you the initiator amongst your friends to get outside, or was there someone who inspired you, like in Scotland, to do that?
I'll say it was me, because I had friends and family that were already living here, and nature wasn't really their cup of tea. But whenever I go outside, the good thing is I've always been a creative, so I love creating. So whenever I go outside, I'll take photos on my phone and then I'll come back and show it to them, and they'll go, "Wow, where is that? I'd love to go there." I'm like, "Well, you can come with me," and then little by little, I started taking some of them along. And I quickly realized as well that my friends, every time they go, "Oh, I want to go there." And I was thinking, why can't you just go just the way I've gone? And then I started looking at the challenges and the barriers that were there. And I spoke to loads of folks within the community as well to understand some of the blockers that they were having to be able to get into nature and be outside. And some of those things were what I looked at to help shape how we could break those barriers when Black Scottish Adventurers was launched.
What are the main barriers, would you say?
I mean, I would say access. Access is a big one. Access to those spaces. And also education as well is massive, because a lot of people, even people that were born and bred in Scotland, most people don't know that we have that right to roam responsibly. We have the access there for us to be able to go to those places and explore those places. So I think those are one of the major things. And then you can then drill it down to, education around what to wear, how to check the weather, and so on and so forth.
And what do you mean by access? As in sort of like getting there, or like the right to be able to explore there?
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. Because even though it could be local to you, but for you to be able to get from point A to point B, it can be a bit of a challenge. So if you can get some sort of support, particularly in Scotland with public transportation, it's not particularly easy to get to some of these places. And even though you can get there, to be able to spend quality time there and be able to return to wherever you're coming from, it takes time. And if you are still trying to balance life, for us that explore the outdoors, we are very, very privileged, because you need to have time to be able to think about, you have had lunch, dinner, for you to be thinking about nature. If you're worrying about food, going to spend time in nature probably won't be the first thing on your mind if you're doing multiple jobs at the same time. So for us that get to enjoy and explore nature, we are quite privileged in that sense.
It just really annoys me sometimes, of like the stuff we're talking about it just makes sense.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, let's do what humans were designed to do. Get outside, be in community, like make things easier for each other, share a lift. Like, as I'm listening to you speak, it's like, it's so frustrating sometimes, because it's amazing that you're just being an advocate for getting back to your true human nature. And considering, the culture you came from to here as well, and you've been the brave initiator in your community, like, that's so admirable.
Thank you. It's great. Like, particularly eradicating loneliness within the community, it's a good way for people to connect, talk. So if you were attending one of our adventures for the first time and you came by yourself, once you arrive, you look at everyone and it feels like everyone knows each other. But they don't. Yeah. Some of them just met that morning, because they met in the morning, they got in the same car, they drove down, they came down from the car. It feels like they've known each other for ages, because they've had that chat and that conversation. They've conversed on the way there. So yeah, it's special.
It's nice, like a nice little road trip on the way there.
Absolutely.
And then I feel like when you get there and you're all out in nature, it's such a nice way to connect with people. Everyone's barriers seem to be lowered a little bit. It feels like more equal when you connect with people in nature. There's no hierarchy. Yeah,
because you have a common goal. So if you were walking somewhere, and a lot of companies were doing that as well for their one-to-one sessions, maybe manager year review and whatnot. You go for a walk and do that. So you have like a common goal. You're walking in the same direction. And then it's a lot easier compared to sitting over a table and you didn't do well this year.
Yeah.
We'll get you next year.
I enjoy those like small acts of rebellion, you know, just like taking a call outside, or like I quite often do that. As if someone says like, "Oh, where are you?" I'm like, "I'm in the park," and it's funny that some people think that's like really radical, but it's just the small things.
Absolutely, and the connection that is built in nature is much stronger. The bond is much stronger than the one you do over a coffee table. It's still great to catch up with your friends over a coffee table, but if you can do it out in nature, go for a nice walk. I mean,
just feels more
nothing
real.
beats that. Yeah.
And I guess it takes the pressure off of sitting face to face as well. I think that can be quite intimidating. Whereas if you're walking next to each other, sort of looking up now and then.
It's all chill.
Yeah, it's
You
so
don't have
much
to make
more
eye
chill.
contact.
Yeah,
You can look at the
love that.
trees.
Just bird.
And eventually things will just flow. You know.
And you've explained that there's been quite a drastic difference in your interests and your connection to your community and outdoors. Can you sort of tell us about that? So from what it was like when you were back home to now, what are those changes?
I used to say something. I used to say, I'm a city boy. I'm a town boy. I'm a city boy. Because I grew up in Lagos, and Lagos is vibrant. It's so much energy. It's such an energetic city. And, you know, like, but now, like, I don't want to go for city breaks anymore. Whenever I get holiday, I just go to the Highlands. And even it's changing every year. And even I am surprising myself, I'll be honest with you. So about maybe 4 years ago, all I was thinking about was going to the Alps and all to go adventure and all that stuff. Like, yeah, I need to step my game. But even now, like, I'm looking inward and thinking, wait, why can't I just stay locally? So I'm more environmentally aware as well. So like, oh, instead of me taking a plane to go somewhere, there's so much to do here. And that's why this year I spent my summer just exploring mostly Scotland, going to the Isle of Aris and Lewis, places that have not been magical places that I would have missed out on. And, you know, city breaks it's not my thing anymore.
No, I'm
unfortunately.
the same as you now. I'm just like, I don't want to walk around a load of restaurants.
I think that's the magic of the outdoors. See, once you connect with nature, I think once you initiate that connection, and I think that's it. That's all you need. I think the rest will come naturally. I think so.
We've spoken about this of like having one element that got you hooked. So like for me, I guess it was water. And as soon as I realised, I don't know what it was, the sensation of it, just everything around water, that was my hook in. I guess yours was...
Mine was gardening.
Yeah, what was your hook, and like what is it now?
Oh, my hook was a sense of adventure.
Yeah, what that expansion and...
Yeah, like, wow, so this exists, so I can do this, so I can do that. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Because, yeah, like, where I grew up, like, everyone had, like, a barrier around where they live, and you can't go into someone else's space. Even though it's a community, but you can't just go into someone else's space just like that. But here in Scotland, you could just roam freely. And most importantly, there's nothing trying to eat you alive.
Yeah, that's always nice.
Are you still a bit twitchy?
we need to think about that as well. So there's nothing trying to. So it's kind of like there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Once you become aware of it. So that's what hooked me, the sense of adventure. But then now I think there's just so much with regards to, you know, the planet, looking after the place, looking after the space as well, and wanting to educate other people as well and take them along on the journey that I've been privileged to have discovered. I think that's really important, particularly within my community and beyond. And as I always say, like, when I started, my aim was just to inspire people from my community. Not that I don't want to inspire someone else, but it was important for me because I knew I don't want to say there was no one else doing that, but it was scarce.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, this is something I would love to do, to support people. Like, I support people physically, mentally, however I can. And, you know, but now, like with social media and all, it's crazy to see how I'm supporting people even beyond the borders of the UK and inspiring people across the globe. So
you've done so many like epic adventures. Do the daily walks still feel like adventures to you, like mini adventures? And how do you keep them feeling adventurous?
Yeah, I think you get, especially in Scotland, like there are some things you get from the easy ones that, because then you are not focusing on so much on safety. You're not tracking the things that you'd be tracking if you were doing one of those big adventures. And maybe if I was with someone on that, I'll be looking out for them and all. But this is like my own time with my own family to connect. It's my own space. So there are no cameras involved, none of that. It's just us just going for a walk, just roaming, listening to the sound of birds, discovering nature, looking and paying attention to the little things, noticing the little things, which, to be honest with you, on my big adventures, I barely do that because, I'm switched on all day. I'll be honest, because I'm switched on. But yeah, the little walks are, I would say, they're what keeps me going. Yeah, and then the big adventure of cherry on the cake.
Are you just one of those people that has endless amounts of energy?
If I'm in the right place.
Before you found the outdoors and adventuring and stuff, do you feel like you had less energy? And do you feel like going outside rejuvenates you and gives you more energy? Or do you just
I was born in Nigeria. I don't go outside. I don't. No, I don't even till now, my wife, she complains a lot about the Nigerian friends that I have. They never go outside. They keep their windows shut. They don't want to.
Why is that?
So I don't know. I think maybe it's got to do with the climate, and there's a lot of factors involved as well. Because when you're from a place where you're thinking a lot about how you eat, how you pay your kids' school fees, there's not much time left for these things. But when you're there and you see people get to the top of the mountain, they've been complaining all the way. They've been saying they're never doing this again. And you see them get to the top, and these guys, they said they don't have energy, but they are dancing, some are crying, some are laughing, and they are there. And I look at that and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. That's if I'm seeing my own first time in nature through their eyes again, because I don't think I had the moment to really grasp what was happening to me. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see it through other people's eyes as well, especially if I'm in the position to support them to feel that.
I feel like I should have asked this at the beginning in the quickfire round, but I feel like there's two kinds of hikers or walkers, and it's the people who just really want to get to the summit or the destination, and then there's people like me who will stop and point at every little thing, every interesting leaf along the way. Which one are you?
I think I'm just like you. Yeah, because it's about the place, it's about the moment, it's about the people you're with, it's about the memories you're making as well. And especially if you're leading walks, you want to interest them, keep them in tune with the environment. So pointing things out, getting someone within the group to come talk about something that they're passionate about. Oh, I know so much about mushrooms. Oh, well, tell us about this one then. What's that? So all this kind of stuff to keep things interesting. But for me, I'm a creative. So I create. So I walk 5 steps, I'm bringing out my drone, I'm flying it. I walk another 5 steps. I'm like, oh, look at that looks great in this light. Oh, 5 minutes later, oh, it looks even better in this light. So yeah, I don't think I need to. So I say something. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. Where I came from and the upbringing I have, I don't think I need to prove anything to myself anymore. Honestly, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I don't need to get to the top of a mountain to feel fulfilled. No. I always get to the top of the mountain, but I don't think it's, and even when I take photos, the best photos I take are the ones that I take when I'm going up the mountain. If you go on my page, you barely see any summit photo, because at that point, even actually for me, at that point is almost like, it's almost over now. It's almost over. It's like sunsets. I love sunrises because it's the beginning of the day, is a chance of something new, so endless possibilities. But then the end of the day is the sunset. Is like everything is kapoosh, it's coming together, it's coming to an end. So yeah, getting to the top is nice. Cherry on the cake.
I was really trying to resist being like, it's about the journey, not the destination.
I was going to say, if not, folks will be like, oh, you rehearsed this. Yeah, but no, honestly, yes, it is about the journey, and it's the fact. It's the fact.
What would be your advice to someone listening now who wants to connect with nature? What practical thing would you like them to do?
Especially here in the UK, we're quite fortunate, and we have our local parks and all that. So don't think big. No, don't think big. Just, if you love soundtracks to your walk, Just take your earphones. If you've got those open ear ones, take your earphones, just go out for a little walk. It does not have to be anything massive. You don't need expensive jackets. You don't need expensive shoes. Just go out, enjoy your local walk. Listen to the birds. If you take your nice little brew with you, stop somewhere, point at something, look at something. When we start noticing, I think that's when we are really alive. As I say, the 5 colors make man blind and 5 tones make man deaf. So if you can see more and hear more, then you're a better person. So yeah, don't overthink it. Just go for it. That's what I'd say.
Well, I think what you're doing is incredible. And I think you're a great example and inspiration to individuals and other communities wanting to do exactly what you've done. So thank you for all that you're doing, and thank you for coming to talk to us as well.
Thank you so much. I'm
Thank you for
immediately
having
going to
me.
go on a walk. She's getting up.
She's out there now.
You're surrounded by so much. Yeah. But thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
That was such a lovely conversation with Joshua. He's such a warm and welcoming person, and I could definitely see myself going on one of his walks if I was local to him.
The main thing that struck me with Joshua and that I respect is that he's come over from Nigeria, and like he's saying all of these things in such not a throwaway manner, but like almost not even realizing how huge what he's done is.
Such a massive achievement.
Yeah, like if you're going to be even the initiator of adventures and outdoors and being safe in the process amongst friends, that's one thing. And he's like doing that for so many people. And yeah, I just think that kind of bravery and initiative is really admirable.
You've been listening to Connect to Nature.
And in every episode, we meet the most amazing guests and their varied connections to the outdoors, and we would love to hear about yours. This isn't just about us getting to chat to cool guests. We want this to be a collaborative effort. We want this to be a community. So if there's someone you'd like us to speak to, let us know, or a specific topic or question you want to ask.
Follow us, like and subscribe. But I think it's really important to, if you would like to share the podcast with your friends, because that's how we're going to reach more people, and we just want to get more people connected to nature.